Hi, this is Mark Henneberry from Solidwood Machinery, and this is the modified Supersurfacer. It started life as a double, a top and bottom cutter. I've customized it. I cut the base in half, shortened the base up, and I've separated it into two separate machines. This is the top cutting machine. Shortened the base, made a new in-feed table out of one of the old machines, and shortened the top up and moved the motor over onto this side, so that it now has a feed unit on this machine as well as the other machine. So the basic setup on the Supersurfacer, on the top cutting one, is the feed belt is on the bottom. That consists of a power feed roller, an idle roller on this end, and 5 pressure rollers in the middle, and a heavy feed belt. On the top you have the cutting head, which is kind of like a hand plane. It's basically flat steel base or sole with an opening and a blade stuck through it. So this is fitted in a turntable. What you have here is a pretty interesting setup. You have a large turntable set in ahead so that you can vary the skew angle on the blade for cutting different woods. I don't know if I can turn this with 2 hands, but as you see there, you can change a rather acute skew angle on there for doing soft woods, and then turn it back for hardwoods. So we'll leave it turn. Let's have a look. Back here you have the blade block. This is the lock for the blade block. Let's see if I can pull that out. This is the blade block, how it slides out. Well, this is pretty snug, and this is the lock to hold the blade block in. In the top here you have this part is the back knife or chip breaker. The knife is bolted onto it, and then both of those are bolted onto the blade block. If you have a look here, this is the fine depth adjustment. You have depth adjustment screws on either end of the blade, so you can both do the rough setting and level the blade up. And then out here on the blade block you have a really fine depth adjustment. This slides a long wedge in there and just gently tips the blade, so that you've got a very, very delicate adjustment on it. If you come around, here is the wood thickness gauge on the side, and the motor and feed unit, the bright shiny new wheel cover. Down here is the electrical box. In there I've just got a wire poked in there for temporary hookup. On the top here you can see this is the head raising and lowering motor. These are the limit switches, top limit and bottom limit, so that you can't overrun the top head up or down. If you notice that on these, this is pretty serious bit of casting. The head floats. It is spring loaded in here. You've got a height adjustment and a spring compression adjustment on there, so you've got a floating head with variable spring pressure. Down here the base is also floating, the feed unit. There's adjustable on the spring pressure on that as well, so everything is floating. The table is fixed, and then you can adjust the feed belt head unit from the front crank here in relation to the in-feed table there. So up here we have a pretty simple control, stop button. This is the motor feed unit button, and these are the up and down head buttons. So if you're pressing one, this is for jack, and you press the other one, nothing happens. If you're going up and you press the other one, nothing happens. Can only go one way at a time. If you press one, whatever button goes down first is the way it goes. If you press two, it doesn't change it. Okay, so that's the basic setup. Let's run it down. On there you read off the scale there of the thickness of the piece of wood that you're passing through it. The blade setup is pretty fussy. It will cut wood in pretty much any type of wood, hardwood or softwood. Obviously some of the real hard tropical woods are hard to cut. They are hard to do anything with any tools, but this machine should cut pretty much any wood. It cuts knots, no problem, doesn't cause any tear out, mostly because of the setting with the back knife. Blades have to be razor sharp, the tolerances and geometry of the cutting tools have to be on spec, and this will cut with the grain or against the grain, either way. So let's give it a run through. Okay, let's run that down just a tad. Try that again. As you notice, I didn't lock the head down. Now we're cooking. So it does a pretty nice job. It's fast, it's quiet, and it's a hoot to use. You can adjust the thickness of the blade, the thickness of the shaving with that fine adjustment on the outside. But you can see this cuts a pretty nice job. Knots are no problem. Anyhow, that's basically how a Supersurfacer is set up. This is the top cutting one. The other one is just the reverse of this, with the shavings coming out on the bottom. There's not really any difference between either one of them. I kind of like the top ones myself. But that's it, folks. Marunaka Supersurfacer.